Hey Ernest, firstly, thank you so much for your patience. You have been super patient. You stuck with me the whole time, good communication, let me know where you were. It's been fine. Everything's cool. But we are here now. And we got us some fun. Oh yeah. Both officially certified chronometers. 5625 and 4502. Automatic hand winder. Both JDM. Has that lovely sort of periwinkle dial that there's a few 5.6s that have that. I wonder what that rusty gross stuff is. Is it inverted? Huh, how interesting. I'm going to start with a 4502, and we're going to get this going. As just to confirm again, you're not having me doing anything with this. It's just sitting here. Okay, that's fine. So we got these two babies. Because you swapped one watch for the other watch. Jeez, the crystal is perfect. Dial, hands are excellent. Case has been polished. Oh, it's pretty though. It doesn't have a lot of miles on it. I think the bracelet is just clean as anything. I mean, but still, I'm going to run it through the cleaner and everything else like that. Let's make it nice. That's a nice bracelet. Man, when Seiko went to the wall on their bracelets, they didn't skimp. I mean, so I'm going to do the usual. I mean, this looks clean, but it's the same process. Everything's going to come apart. I'll clean it, put it all back together. Chronometer officially certified. What's crazy, though, is that this movement, it's no different than any of the other 4502s or anything else. Just like this isn't really any different, shouldn't be, than, other than having been, adjusted and taken care of, they're the same, which means you can get a non-officially certified and make it certified. Okay, well, let me pack this other stuff away and let's begin. Okay, you've got a couple, that's like tape residue or something, that'll come off. Well, if that's 2014, I'm not sure. I'm not 94. Oh, 94. January 14th, 1994. Now, isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? I just want to get her running. And there she blows. She's a runner. She's a runner. Awesome. One of the nice things too about all these 4-5 hand winders, they all have individual serial numbers on the movements, which is cool. It's kind of a Rolex thing, or maybe, and also an Omega thing. Okay, so first of all, I am going to, I'm actually going to uncase this, pull the hands in the dial, and put them away safely. Then I'm going to think about that movement. Okay, and we are out. The dial date, case back is 04, which is 100% correct, because this is 05. Congratulations. Okay, mainspring's let down. The movement looks very, very clean. It has not been serviced in a long time. There's no lubrication under any of this. Die fix or die shock, nothing like that. So, it's good. It is good. Always. Okay. I think I've got 3 different 4500 watches that are sitting waiting for restoration in my drawers. Someday, maybe, I'll get to them. I even have a Grand Seiko, but it's just destroyed. Oh man, it's rough. It's one of the gold cap ones, so it's like solid gold on the outside, like a sheet gold or something. But the dial, it got so much water inside, it's just, it's beyond my ability to repair. There's just no way it's going to look better. You can see your hacking lever there. Isn't that neat? Okay, let us get now the Diafix spring out of here. Oh, whoops. That doesn't help me at all. Let's try that again. Whoever was in here last, there's a little bit of a scratch right there, right on that plate. So let me get this closer so I get a better shot of things. support my elbow. I'm a little trembly today. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yep. All that's left is the mark where the lubrication used to be. That's it. Dry. Now, of course, I leave the springs in place. I just re-click them back down, and everything gets all nice and clean. The less I have to move a diafix spring, the happier I am. Oh God, I'm not supporting my elbow again. And there's that. That is now in place as it should be. It makes things a whole lot easier when you're on the other side. Okay. I'm going to go with I'm going to pull off that. The nice thing about an old style movement like this is that you can disassemble the mainspring bridge and all that stuff while leaving the train intact, which actually makes it easier to sort of evaluate how things are running on both sides. Crown wheel. Oh, by the way, I'm going to have to do. This is your original marked King Seiko crown. It is the same basic setup as the 6105. It's got a permanently sealed back on it with the ring inside. So I'm going to have to rebuild this crown like it's a 6105. And I'm sure that that's not a problem because having a good crown is where it's at. A lot of extra oil in here. I'm gonna have to clean that up. Put that to one side. That's all that winding bridge stuff. Put that over there. Okay. I think I need to go have some lunch. Let me just pull this bridge, and I will do that. Why is that not releasing? Come on. Come on. Okay. And we're back. Whew. And so you see, with these, they just hang out there. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. I thought I heard a noise at the door, but I did not. Nope. Okay, now we're taking apart the basically center wheel bridge, though these don't have like a traditional center wheel. I don't. Nice little burly intermediate wheel. Lots of fun. Whoops, hang on, I didn't want to put that in there. This goes according to a different system. And then we got this baby. Oh, that's right, we still got a can pinion on the other side, don't we? I'm silly butt. I'm the silliest of butts. Oh, we don't need this in here anymore. Take that out. Boop. And boop boop. I've got to take that crown apart. Actually, I want to use the movement ring. Hold this thing. Okay, so let's see where we're at. 2, 4, 5. Oh yeah, that's this side. There we go. How did I manage that one? Silly. Okay. There's that, there's this. Okay. Always want to just look over everything before you dive in case you're going to miss something, just to sort of familiarize yourself with what's happening. What's happening? Hot stuff. An old movie. shouldn't either. Okay, so there's that. Second verse, same as the first. Get out of there. A diaphragm setting. Diaphragm spring popped. That's okay. There's that cannon pinion, and there is, this is pretty much just the center wheel pinion, because it doesn't have a center wheel gear section on it. That's what the other thing is. It is nice that they bolt everything together, you know, so it's just nice and unmovable. Because things slopping around is where you start getting into trouble in terms of accuracy. You do not want things moving around. And also, all these wheels are just I don't know, they just feel that they're just a little bit like extra, like a little more burly. At least that's my impression. I could be wrong. I often am. The great thing about being wrong, though, is that means you have an opportunity to find out what's right. Instead of guessing, you're going to know. I think that's pretty cool. Come on. That is real interesting. I'm going to have to look at that. These pieces are stick together. It shouldn't just go bunk like that, so I'm going to look at that real carefully. Yeah, because it's the same way that Seiko did a lot of their stuff, where they take a couple of different gears and they stack them, and then then it gets sort of staked in place. In a way, sometimes I'm kind of grateful when things like that happen, because you find a weak point. Like, okay, so what we got here is we've got the instant date change, which is one of the things these things were famous for. Manual adjustments over there. Spring is right there, and this, with this diddly right here, that beautiful piece, it goes kaplink. It's the same system that, it's a very similar system to Rolex. Instant date change. Click. The only thing I wondered about that, I'm like, okay, fine. You got instant date change. That's nice. I mean, it's nice and precise, but most people are asleep at midnight, and I don't know that changing over to midnight at the stroke of midnight is super critical, but whatever. It's a selling point, right? Before I pull this off, Mm-hmm. Easy. That's it. Okay, so these are spring-loaded. I want to be right on top of this one. I am pulling this one apart, so I will be back in just a moment. Okay, we are on the far side of things, which is good because I'm rapidly running out of time for today. So anyway, clean, starting to come back together. Yeah, that's all taken care of. So, by the way, it's interesting. So this was serviced in whatever, 90, whenever the heck that was. And when I pulled the mainspring barrel apart, the watch had clearly not been worn at all. It was lubricated. It was all set up the way it was supposed to be. But the lubrication, the clear lubrication, was perfectly clean. I don't think anybody wore this thing after it got serviced, whenever that was. It got put away, and that was the end of it. So that's nice. All right, moving on. All right. So we're mostly together. This is just the glorious moment when I dropped the balance. I didn't do any filming during the rebuilding, mostly because I just want to make sure that I'm on my game and not distracted when I'm doing this stuff. But we can do this part. It's nighttime and he's still running around screaming. Okay. Well, it's clearly running. Let's, I want to demag it, and let's put it on the time grapher here. Don't exactly know what we're going to get, but we'll get to find out together. Gosh darn it, can't see anything. There. Okay, so right now the mainspring, I think I only have a few lines of power in it. We've got some beat air and it's dropping a lot. So I'm going to adjust that, but I'm going to be doing that out of frame because I need to really look at what I'm doing when I'm doing this and working with this kind of balance. So trying to find this somehow a spot where you can see what in the heck it's doing. I should buy a real camera, don't you think? That's stupid. I can't see anything. I guess that's better. Okay. Okay. Let us see. First, I want to get rid of that beat error. First order of business. I'm going to move that adjustment lever to the left to shorten it up. Okay, that's probably too much. Oh yeah. Wrong direction even. So now that same lever is going to the right. And so we're going to be losing some time. These have some real fine adjustments on the balance. Couple different ways to really mess with stuff. What? I'll tell you, a little goes a long way when you're doing beat error. Okay. Again, we are only at about half power. So let me get this fully wound. I'm winding the movement now. Taking my time, don't mind me. I'm still doing it. Wow. Holy cow. Well, let's leave it like that. Yep. Oh my gosh. Probably should have done that first, don't you think? So I'm adjusting the accuracy. Back down again to try to get it flat. Okay. Cool. So this is running in. It is late. Far too late for me to be continuing to work. So I'm putting this up for the night, and I am gonna do other things. Yeah, those numbers are coming along. So I had your watch is. I'm happy with your watch. I had it. I ran it. I've adjusted it now in 3 positions, and I ran it on my cyclotron for most of yesterday, from full wind to about a half wind, and I've been adjusting accuracy to that. Then I took it off because I didn't want to run all night, and I wound it up again. So this is running at about 65% power. Yeah, cool. So let's talk about it. This is just darn it, such a pretty watch. The extra text on the dial is super cool too. One of my favorite things I love actually about these kind of JDM models is when they have the narrow minute hand. I just think it's cool. Dude, that's a beautiful watch. It's a beautiful watch. What a piece. What a pleasure to work on it. In fact, I'm so pleased with the movement that I have decided to finally break this one out of long-term storage and restore it. Okay, this is a 5402 8000, is it? 7001. Aha! So yeah, I mean, same exact movement. It's just really pretty. Great movements. Super nice. Okay. On to the next one. Thank you so much.